Hey everybody, welcome to the bot signal. Today, accountability matters. It's huge and we're going to learn all about it. But first, there's this. If you don't know me, my name is RJ Redden. Entrepreneurs hire me to skyrocket their marketing message because most feel like they're shouting into a black hole. Let's be honest. They also can't get traction to save their lives, and as a result, they sound like everybody else. It's a carbon copy system, people. And so I create epic engagement experiences that get people to click that button, connect with you, and convert like crazy. So today we're going to talk about the basics. We're back to basicsing today. That's a verb now. And we're talking a little bit about what you got to do to run business. Hey, that's a big topic here on the bot signal. Why? You got to have a structure, you got to have a backbone. I always want to talk about, what we do to create epic experiences. I always want to talk about the brand new thing that's happening on the horizon that I think would be cool. That's nice and all. But here's the deal. What we really need is to have that backbone. We have to have systems and structures in place so that we can do our best work. Otherwise, we're spending all of our time paying attention to all the little stuff. So, bots do work into this. Bots work with automation, as you know. Getting the right messages to the right systems at the right time helps cut down on some of that admin work that you do. But we're not going to focus on that today. We're going to focus on something called accountability. Now, many of you know accountability is absolutely close to my heart. Some of you know that my very first bot that I wrote was an accountability bot. And it was pretty good stuff. It attracted a whole lot of people I had never seen before. It's part of the reason that I decided, this bot thing, I think this is the thing. And I want to go into a little bit about accountability, some tips, some workarounds. If you are running your business on your own, if you are a one human show, then I salute you. I used to be a one-person show, and it was, somewhat less than ideal. I was working a whole lot. My business was doing well, but I wasn't ever able to really step out of my business or step away from my business for even a little bit. That's difficult. That's the most difficult time because you don't have anybody else to lean on. Luckily, I do have team members, 3 of them now, who are amazing and do incredible work for me. And that is absolutely lovely. But I also need some objective brains. I also need some people looking at me and my stuff and my goals and saying, yeah. But your goal was this last month and now you're on to a brand new thing and you haven't made that happen yet. I'll tell you what accountability does for me. It helps set the focus. If I don't have cooler heads to bounce ideas off of, if I don't have folks that are willing to tell me objectively what they think of this brand new idea that I have that's going to serve my clients so well, if I don't have that, then for me, I am down every single rabbit hole on the internet, and believe me, there's a lot of them. There are too many. There are too many rabbit holes. There are too many product hunts and AppSumo and all of those places that I look for the future of where we're going in this business and where entrepreneurship is going. There are too many shiny objects out there for me. I love to get lost in those paths, but the problem is that my main goals aren't being paid attention to. So here's a couple of things that I have done to get some more accountability in my life. Hope you can use these tips because if you're a coach, if you're a course creator, especially if you're an entrepreneur, it's time to get some structures in place. Now, you may totally be a structure person. You may look at a spreadsheet and go, this is my jam. Every time I see a spreadsheet, I run and I scream in a real high-pitched voice. It's not pretty, people. I'm a rebel. I want to go paint something. I want to go create the future. I don't want to be stuck back creating these administrative things. That's not my jam. However, even artists need a canvas. Even people who are super creative need a boundary of the painting that they are trying to create. That's what systems do for you. It creates a room in which you can do anything, but there are still boundaries to that room. And that is, that is a certain freedom. That is a certain freedom. I don't need complete freedom all the time to do anything I want. And that's, let's just be honest. Our office friends, our friends who are stuck in offices or probably working from home still at this point, that's what they do think entrepreneurship is. Naps, computer by the pool. I don't have a pool. It's Nebraska people. I don't have a pool. Anyway, they think that it's do anything you want, anytime you want. And entrepreneurs no, it's a 16-hour day deal. I mean, sometimes it absolutely is. Sometimes it's pretty grueling, especially if you're going through a launch or something like that. A couple of my clients are. I get it. I want to tell you I get it. For me, having some simple structure in place, not complex, not, because complex structure, I'm not good at it. I can't even write on lined paper, people. But if I have some structure in place, if I have some system to achieve my goals, I met with an accountability group this morning. If you can get an accountability group, good stuff. Couple of people around you, at least one who is kind of structure minded and can keep the meeting going if it goes off track. It's very helpful. Anyway, for me, creating those opportunities to say in front of a couple of other people who are not connected with my business in any way, I want to do this in the next 6 months, means that I'm going to do that thing. And it means that I'm less likely to go down every rabbit hole on the internet searching for the next thing that I think that my people might need. Hey, my people need me to serve them. And if I'm going to make my company go forward, I need to pay attention to my larger goals and not every single thing that might come up in a day. It's the difference between being proactive and leading, or reactive and following what the world does. Don't get caught in the reactive side, my friends. I've done this, and it's not fun. It's not a happy place. It's constantly looking for that next notification that something's going on and I need to react to it. Okay. That's exhausting. And you don't get to lead. You don't get to design your own company. You don't get to design your own experience. You're constantly reacting to what other people are doing. And here's some examples of what I'm talking about. Having the news up in a screen all the time. Oh God, don't do this. Don't do this to yourself. Last couple of weeks, there was some occasion for me to have to be reading some news, but most of the time that's not a part of my daily stuff. It doesn't give me energy. It saps it. So boom, out the window. We'll do that later. Okay. Reacting to all of the, new stuff that's coming down the line, new stuff that's coming out. Although that's fun for me, I have to shut the door on that too and give myself limits. Because if I don't, I won't achieve the things that I want to achieve. I've got a lot of stuff on my plate this year, a lot of cool things I want to do in 2021. How am I going to accomplish that? I got my accountability group. It's small, but we're super cool people, and it's going to be an awesome experience. I have also got a coach that I'm accountable to. And this woman will put a boot in a sensitive area if you need it. I need that kind of coaching. Not everybody does. I get you. But I know what I need and I can go for it. I'm also accountable to my team members to get them certain things. So I use a lot of little accountability tools. One of the tools that I use, and my friend Charles Bird teaches about this so much better than I do. So if you're interested in learning more about, Evernote, let me know. I'll get you an introduction to this man because he's amazing. He's basically designed a system in which you can find anything that you need in your business brain in 5 seconds or less. I know, sounds insane, doesn't it? No, it's not. It's a real system and it works. He's taught me this system through Evernote, and because I know how to do it, I can, instead of letting ideas run around in my brain, I can put them in Evernote. I'll put it in cold storage for a bit so that I can focus on what needs to be done. So I can focus on goals that I've already set for myself. Now, here's a little exercise. If you're listening and if you have done like an end of year reflection or 2021, this is what I want to do in a future projection, write it in the comments for me. Write it in the comments for me so that we can celebrate you. For me, I would say I really have not done a reflection on 2020. And for 2021, I sort of have half a thought. I got real busy real quick in 2021. I didn't really take any time off during the Christmas, New Year's. I didn't take time out for reflection. I'll say that. I took some time off, but I did not take some time for reflection. So one of the things that the group that I'm in is doing is looking back at 2020 and looking ahead at 2021. Of course, I mean, every time somebody shows me reflections of 2020, I'm like, duh, that's a huge thing. Yes, I need to be accountable to myself. I need to set my own path as opposed to just being reactive. I need to design the experience for my clients. I'm not going to just look at all my competitors and go, okay, well, what are they doing that I'm not doing? And what do I do that they don't? I don't, no, I don't care to do that. And I realize some of you may do that. Totally fine. All of our ways of being accountable are great as long as we have something. But for me, it's much less about competitors and much more about what kind of experience am I going to create for my clients? What kind of success am I aiming for them? How am I going to, staying abreast on software and all of that stuff? Good. But there are times that I just take that way too much to heart. And so how can I set out goals that I can focus on in 2021? So, and here it is, January 20th. Most people who had New Year's resolutions have actually broken them by now. And this isn't about resolution at all. This is about, seriously, if I could wave a wand, where would I want to go? What would I want to do in my business? So, hey, Shay, good to see you, my friend. Let us know, have you done any end of year goals or have you done any future 2021? This is what I want to do projections. If you have, toss it in the comments. And I celebrate that you're here. I celebrate that you're here right now. Oh, you know what? I'm pushing buttons. I'm pushing buttons on my deck here, my stream deck, and it's not connected up. So I celebrate you. Anyway, so I want to talk to you about a couple of my goals in 2021. I don't set out a whole bunch. Why? Things change. Man, I mean, come on, right? Last year at this time, we were all planning, our stage presences in 2021. We were all, I know what I was doing. I was like, okay, I'm going to travel here. I'm going to travel here. Okay, this is what my clients are doing. Let's get them set up. I was, we were all thinking it was going to be a normal year last year. That took a little sideways turn in February, March. Okay. So I like to set out some kind of a big overarching goals, but I like to also, set up smaller targets for smaller periods of time. So one of the things that I want to get done in 2021, I've been working on a card game. Most people publish books, and I'm going to do that too, people. You know a book is coming, and you know it's going to be super huge fun. But want to tell you that before I do that, I want to publish a card game. I want to publish a card game that helps you create effective content. All the entrepreneurs, we all need it. We all need effective content, right? We need blog posts, we need emails, we need videos, we need live stream show topics. We need all of the stuff. And honestly, the reason that I came up with this is because a lot of times I will be creating my show topics and I'll be like, I'll second guess them. I talked about that a couple of weeks ago. People are bored with that now. I've talked about that so many times. People are going to turn me off. I second guess my topics until I just have nothing left. And then I go, what am I going to do? So created a card game where you draw a certain number of cards and boom, that's your topic. And I've added an engagement card with it that will help you make that topic something that people engage with. So I need to get that published in 2021. I need to get that published. What I want to do is twofold. I want to make one PDF that you can download, print, cut apart, and use for yourself in exchange for your contact information so that I can hang out with you more often. That one's going to be the free PDF online, and I want to make it so you can order an actual physical deck of cards. This is my plan. So, card game, number one goal for 2021. Another goal for 2021. Right now, I am having my live event every other month. The next one's coming up March 11th. Skyrocketlive.com, which let me throw that in the comments for you just in case you don't have it. There it is, my friends. And that's going to be a wonderful deal. But what I'd like to do is make it monthly. I want to go monthly in 2021 on that event. It jazzes up my life. I love that event. I love creating little bits for it. I love creating games for it. I love spreading my message through that, because although hopping on here every day at 10 is awesome, every weekday, hopping on here every weekday is awesome, people. I love it. This is an excellent way to develop your thought leadership, right? Get on screen and talk about it. But I can go a little deeper in a 6-hour workshop. I can go a little bit deeper with it. I can say things that, I wouldn't say to the general public. I can also get specific with the people in the workshop and help them create something, a strategy for when they leave the workshop to implement the things that we have talked about. It isn't just about lecturing people and, learn this. It's not about that. It's not about that at all. What it's about is helping people realize what they want and need and helping them get that done. And if they want me on a professional basis, woo, right here, baby. You know what I mean? Great stuff. So I want to make that, instead of every other month, I want to make that something that I do every month. So we will be seeing about that. Um, let's see. Those, those are two of my really big goals for 2021. Of course, the skyrocket or the epic engagement formula class. Um, and this is a 2022 thing, but I want to do like a great big. I want to do some calls to action for that. For my JV partners, I want to give them though that as something that they can kind of perennially put in their social media to draw people. I want to get people in that class. I want a this is a lofty goal. Ready? I want 100% graduation rate on my class. I know it sounds crazy, doesn't it? The normal statistic for classes that folks create online, it ranges between 3 and 7% finish rate. The normal class. I want 100. How am I going to get that? Oh, you're going to see. You're going to see. Because there are many, many ways to engage people in a class that they have paid for. It's not enough. I mean, I've paid for a lot of classes in my life. Some of them I've made it through, some of them I haven't. But it is not enough to just pay for the class and go, okay, I'll get back to it whenever. No, not this one, my friends. This is a class about engagement, and I'm going to use engagement to get people through that finish line. Because I didn't create a class to sell a class. No one does. No one does. Well, I won't say no one. That's a really sweeping statement. I did not create a class to sell a class. I created a class to make people successful and transform their businesses into something, and transform their marketing into something that they're excited to produce. Imagine being excited to produce your own marketing, and imagine this too. The people on the other end being excited to open it. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy, but I'm crazy. So that'll work just fine for me. Catching up on the comments now. Okay, just me. Very good. Very good. So this is 2021 is going to be coolness. And I know a lot of people, were a little mad at 2020. John Oliver may or may not have blown up a huge 2020 sign in his show, which was just absolutely, utterly hilarious. And a lot of people, there was a lot of stuff happening last year. But let me tell you this, from my heart to yours right now today, 2020 is a number. Is your future something that you're going to just react to? Or is your future something that you're going to make happen regardless of what happens around you? Sometimes, yeah, we have to make adjustments. Sometimes we have to adjust the trajectory a little bit. But is the control in your hands? Are you captain of your own ship? Or are you letting events drive you? Accountability, you knew I'd bring it right back around to the point, didn't you? Accountability is one of those things that will help you feel like you are driving the ship instead of being driven by world events, life events, whatever it is that's going on, because those will continue to happen in 2021. There is nothing that says out there that world events will improve, or there's nothing to say that they will get worse. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Have you built something? Have you built a system that will allow you to go on no matter what? If you haven't, look into getting an accountability group, okay? These cost nothing. Get together with a couple of friends. Do this thing. There's no, or get a coach. Coaches, yeah, you got to pay for them. But in my case, worth every penny. The one that I pay is worth every single penny. Okay. I've got a group, I've got a coach, I've got other people that help me keep accountable for what I'm supposed to be doing and the goals that I've already set for 2021. So I hope that you avail yourself of some of these things because it really is important. It's important that we drive our businesses and not circumstances. It's important that we take the steering wheel. It's important because if we're just led around, if by circumstance, by other people's needs, by the ringing phone, if we're just led around, firing, extinguishing thing after thing after thing, burnout happens, and it sucks. And I don't want it to happen to any of you, my beautiful audience, my lovely crowd. I want to thank you for coming today. I want to thank you for coming by, contributing to the show, and being your awesome selves. Entrepreneurship does not have to be lonely. Entrepreneurship does not have to be a tough, hold on to your hat roller coaster ride. I should show that picture of me on a roller coaster ride. I'll show it later. It's a lot of fun, people. Anyway, I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for being part of my crowd. From my heart to yours, if you're struggling today, you can do this. You can do this. You've been doing this, and you have a chance to do it just a little bit better today than you did yesterday. Something to celebrate. So, my friends, that is it for today. We will have another show tomorrow, and it can be equally as great or surpass this one. So do show up 10 a.m. Central every weekday. We'll have a show tomorrow. And then, of course, we're having our Friday show, which we have not been able to have in a couple of weeks due to my live event attendance. So we're going to do a Friday wins where you bring all of your wins and we celebrate you. We celebrate all of your big wins, little wins, personal wins, business wins. I don't care. As long as you don't mind putting it on the internet, we'll celebrate you. So come by. Don't miss it. Don't miss this boat because this is the party boat, obviously. All right. Well, that is it for today. Again, my name's RJ Redden. You are listening to and watching the Bot Signal. And because of that, my friends, you are fabulous. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I'll see you in a bot.